we found our Sofia Boutella, everybody. Big round of applause. Straight in and straight on, I'm sorry. There's no time for relaxing. I love your colours. Thank you. As you can tell, I like colour. I like your colours. Thank you. How did you guys hear me? Yeah, can you hear okay? Good. Sofia, is this your first time in Chicago?
No, I've been here many times.
Enjoying it? Do you enjoy the city?
I mean, I just got here. I just landed.
Oh, I mean,
I'm leaving tomorrow.
Are you leaving
so
tomorrow?
I won't see much of Chicago this time around. But I love Chicago. I've been here many times. I used to dance for Madonna, and we've been here many times. And that's when I came here, when I was on tour with her.
Amazing. How long ago was that?
It was a while ago, over 10 years ago for sure, at least, yeah.
I've got some dancing questions later, for sure. I definitely want to ask you about that. But, you know, you have been, I've watched many of your interviews, and quite a few times, people have referred to you as a badass, or written about, you know, so many badass roles, but I wanted to ask you in terms of...
I have to live up to that.
Yes, and you live up to it very well. But I wanted to ask you in terms of badass roles and actors, who did you look up to growing up as an actor? Who did you consider a badass?
My mom.
I like that. I like that answer. I was like, I would have said that. No, let's not go into therapy. Let's not talk about mothers. But yeah, like because I met people like Linda Hamilton and things like that, and she's incredible. So do you feel that sense of, I don't know, not responsibility, that's maybe the wrong word, but do you feel a sense of like gravitas going into these roles, and do you feel the weight of that when you're playing them?
I don't look at them as in terms of weight, I just look at them in terms of amazing opportunity to sort of channel the inspiration that I was gifted to have, to receive as a young child. I was very sensitive, and like I said, I was inspired by a lot of women in my life, including my mother, and also, you know, like Madonna also is somebody who I was inspired by tremendously. And I think, you know, when you get roles, you're given, you know, the responsibility to portray either, you know, a lot of strength or abilities, physical and mental abilities. Like, it's always, as an artist, a blessing, and I appreciate it very much.
I know that you didn't take on many main roles, or if any, until quite recently, because you wanted to learn lessons in the industry. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, I appreciated very much my position in films where I was supporting. I was working with people that were leading, and as I stopped dancing when I was 29 or 30, and I started acting when I was 16 or 17, but then I didn't want to jump. I really wanted to dance, and I really wanted to spend that time in that area for a lot longer before taking on board acting, and also especially taking on board leading roles. But I appreciated being at a position of learning, and I needed that time, and I still do. I still appreciate it. I mean, I think, you know, we're all learning here. It's the school of life, you know. So
absolutely.
I think putting yourself back in that position is always, you know, either humbling or it's a learning experience. But I appreciate it myself. So
when you came out of dancing and into acting, and you wanted to learn those lessons, what were some of the lessons, those early lessons, that you learned as an actor?
I mean, you don't have to ask me specifically at the time, but they varied from, you know, you learn a lot about acting. You can be in a theater and working on plays or sides for quite some time, and then when you have to be on set to learn what it's like to be on a movie set, and you have to, you know, look at, you know, every department and how they function, and the rhythm, and in the sequence of events in which certain things happen, and you have to be on, you know, on set for that. And I think I was lucky enough to landed like quite important movies with really big actors, really established actors, and that have a lot of experience, so that I could really learn and observe and be at a place, yeah, of observation, basically.
But I want to go back to dancing, actually, because I wanted to ask you what you were attracted to when you were younger with dancing. Like, what was it that made you think, I want to do that?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in a pretty artistic family, very artistically driven. My dad is a composer. Everybody is somewhat inclined towards an artistic language, and my mom draws. She's an architect, so I feel like I feel like dancing is a way to visualize music when you can only listen to music. So I just felt always inspired by music. It was a big element in my life growing up, and so putting movement onto sound was something that was beautiful to me, and I found it very inspiring, and I wanted to learn more. So I went and did ballet, and I knew that I wanted to do that with my life growing up.
That must have informed your acting, surely, in certain ways, perhaps in terms of understanding your body and maybe inhibitions as well, being confident, I suppose, in movement. Were there anything else, other elements of dancing that?
Yeah, of course, it's all linked. I dance from a place of narrative. I always dance from a place of storytelling. And for me, dancing was always about, the narrative, and not so much about the technique. Of course, the technique counts, but for me, I could see sometimes a dancer who wouldn't have so much, the technique, but they would exude so much when they would perform, and this spoke to me. And I was looking for that, so when I stepped into acting and I could put words onto my movement, it was for me a natural continuation of my artistry of my inspirations. And every character has like we all have a specific way of moving, the way we sit and the way we walk around, the way we carry ourselves, and the way we listen to people, like what you do with your body. And I'm very observant in that way because of my observation in body language. But I find it to be something exciting and interesting, and I do, dancing does serve me every day, and especially when I work on a character, because I have that consciousness of the body language, I guess.
For those who are a bit older that who would want to get into dancing, though, do you feel that there's still an in for them, or is it a certain age that you think?
No, you can start dancing at 60 if you want. You can start dancing whenever you want. You can dance by yourself in your living room or with a bunch of people. But I think dancing is such a beautiful thing to be able to do, and it's all in our head, isn't it? And I think the self-limitation that we impose ourselves with can be fun when you suppress something so joyful and beautiful that we can have access to anytime. And it's not about how good you are, it's just about being able to, if you want to think about it as in terms of making a fool of yourself, or if you want to think about it in terms of letting some energy out, or just sharing a moment with your friends or people you love, or making connections through the body. I think it's a beautiful thing to be able to allow yourself to do, because it makes us all so happy and connected.
Of course, you mentioned Madonna. I wanted to get a sense from you of how that might have felt for the first time stepping on stage with her. Obviously you rehearse and you're working hard before you get to the actual finished product. But to stand on stage and hear fans and see everything, do you get a moment in your mind where you think, oh shit, what am I doing?
Yeah, these were all very much pinching moments. I had to push myself a few times when I was on stage with her. I think we danced in front of 80,000 people at times, and we were in, St. Petersburg, in one of the most beautiful squares in the world, and I traveled the world. And when you do those kind of tours, you sort of come back having learned worth 10 years of experience of life, because of the pace, because of the rhythm, and all we have to do. It's non-stop for an entire year. But she is incredible. She's incredibly inspiring. It was actually her birthday yesterday, and so happy birthday, Madonna. And she's an incredible woman who had to fight for her freedom of expression and to express certain things that was quite taboo to express at the time. And she stood her ground and she fought for them, and she now is who she is, and she represents also who she is, and having given us all incredible presents, which are to be inspired in return, and also to have fun and to elevate our consciousness also. She's very, very inspiring, and she's inspiring me still.
Is that what you hope to do with your work now? The hope that somebody will watch you or, wow, I want to do that one day. And do you feel that when you're taking roles?
I would be honored if this is what happens. I think the responsibility of being an artist is to be able to channel what you get to feel, and artists get to feel at such a high level. And I think when you're able to translate something yourself in return is a blessing. So I'm hoping that some of the things I've done are accessible or that are inspiring for other people, because I feel hugely inspired. So I hope I'm able to translate everything I feel and think, and yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing you were able to tell stories through movement and now through acting. So I'm sure that's how people see you. You mentioned pinchy moments, working with Madonna, and go, wow, that's a big one. But in terms of acting, did you have that feeling again, a similar feeling where you walked onto the set and you thought, wow, this is my job today?
Yeah.
Is there anything that comes into mind?
Yeah, many times I had to be like, oh, this is another day at work that doesn't feel like work at all, with incredible people that are so talented, that are guiding me through it. When I got Kingsman, I remember it was my first big role after I stopped dancing, and I did not work for about 2 years. 2 years where I auditioned, where I was in class, but I wasn't on a job. I did the Super Bowl was the last thing, and then I got Kingsman. And I remember being on set and just looking at Sam Jackson, and who mentored me through the whole experience, who was incredible, still is incredible. He's a great friend, and just thinking how lucky I was, and yeah, that was incredible.
I know people ask you a lot. You mentioned Sam Jackson, but I know when I've been watching your interviews, people have asked you, what's it like to work with Tom Cruise? What's it like to work with Zack Snyder? People like that. But I wanted to ask you, what is it like to work with Sofia Boutella? What are you
have to ask them?
How are you on set? Are you you bring that sort of dancer's attitude to your work as well? Because I imagine there's a lot of willpower and that kind of thing.
I'm pretty disciplined and I'm pretty focused, depending on the stakes of what is required of me or the character, and the character, which is the same in the moment. But I feel, you're gonna have to ask them. But I think depending on the lightness of the scene or the lightness of the day, or I can be more or less, I can be giddy and fun. But if it's serious, I'm usually in the scene and very focused. Like dancing.
Yeah, of course. Before we hand over to fan questions, there is a mic over here. So if you want to start queuing up for fan questions, do not be shy. We have lots of time for it. This gentleman here is like sneaking up to the mic. But it's all good, my friend. Please stand there and please join him. We want as many questions as possible. I wanted to ask you a few Chicago-based questions, if you don't mind. Fun questions.
Okay.
No, don't worry, I'm not going to quiz you on the history of Chicago.
Where are you from?
I'm from Scotland. Yeah, I'm from Scotland. I think you can all tell that as well, right? This is not a Chicago accent, that's funny. I wanted to ask you, it'd be remiss of me to ask you, not ask you about pizza, so that's where we'll start. So, I wanted to ask you about your favourite pizza topping. What would you order?
It is not pineapple, I'm sorry. I can't.
Someone just went, yes.
I heard somebody go, no. Yes, it's such a polarizing topic, isn't it? Let's just keep talking about that. It's far more interesting, guys.
Shall we see how the room is divided for pineapple pizza lovers?
Okay, for all the pineapple pizza lovers, raise your hand.
Oh, there's one.
Wow, quite a lot. No pineapple on the pizza.
Okay. Oh, there's a little bit more.
But it's polarized.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, it's weird. Is it the, I don't know, is it the
Why is it the pineapple? Why can it not be strawberries or
apples?
melons? Why? Because everyone knows. I think that's the same for me when we tell you about pineapples.
Yeah, hot, wet fruit. I'm so sorry. I love you, pineapple pizza people. I do apologize.
My favorite topping, I like the simplest pizza. I like margarita pizza, and I like to add mushrooms, and I love capers because it adds that salty a bit, like that pickled, but a tiny bit. It's my favorite pizza. Literally, that's it. That's all I need. I don't want anything else.
In the UK, you can order, and this is my favorite, tuna, sweet corn, and mushrooms. But I know people would...
I'm sure it's good, especially if you're starving.
Thank you, Sophia. She's like side-eyeing me. Wow, I guess I've never saved that before.
I like tuna sandwich.
I mean, it's like a hot sandwich, but it's open. It's like a hot open sandwich.
But then it cools down quickly.
Yeah, it's kind of nice though.
Okay.
Let's get to fan. On that note, on tuna pizza, let's get to fan questions. Hello, my love. Please come straight up to the mic and say your name and question.
Hello, my name is Dan.
Hi, Dan.
I have a question. So, aside from Ray Porter, Ray Fisher, since they were already on Rebel Moon, if you had a chance to work with any of Zack Snyder's Justice League actors for a Rebel Moon sequel, who would it be?
Any actor?
Yeah, any of the actors that has not already been used.
That hasn't been used yet
Like-
in Rebel Moon. That hasn't been used in Rebel Moon yet.
Exactly.
Maybe Henry? Because
Okay.
I worked with him, Henry Cavill, because I worked with him on Argyle, but we had no scenes together. And I've seen him around for a while, and he's a really nice person, and he's great, so yeah, Henry.
Great.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. Hello, please step up to the mic, next person. Hello, what's your name, my dear? What's your question?
Hi, I'm Liv.
Hi, Liv.
Hi. What was some of your favorite moments working on Star Trek Beyond? And if you have a favorite memory of Anton, I'd like to hear that too.
Yeah. My favorite memories of working on Star Trek Beyond was genuinely the bond that we all created that summer in Vancouver, and how close we got, and how amazing this whole entire cast is. And we remain friends until today, and me and Anton hung out a lot. And I can tell you a memory because we were bored a bit, because it's a big film, and sometimes you have days without filming, and we went and bought a ukulele together, and he was playing it all the time. And I still have that ukulele, and I have never changed the chords of that ukulele, so it's been over 10 years now, I think. Or maybe a bit less, I forgot the year, but yeah, it's an incredible experience that's still dear to my heart. Thank you.
Thank you for that lovely question. Hello, my friend. What is your name and
My
what's your
name's
question?
Greg with a G.
Hi, Greg with the G.
Don't call me Craig.
No, I would never. Oh my God.
I'm a Zack Snyder fan, and I have to ask you, when he cast you, was he bitter about Warner Brothers getting rid of his DC universe? And did he say something like, I have to really stick it to him, we have to do a really good job. This has to be successful, so they regret that.
No, he always says we have to really nail this, and we really have to work
He didn't
the
say
hardest.
anything about, he was bitter about that.
I've never seen Zach bitter once. He's probably one of the most enthusiastic person I've ever met. And excited and joyful and just eager to make art.
But did Ray Fisher say, I'm so mad I didn't get to continue that?
No, no.
Never?
No, maybe they did to other people, but not on set, not with us, not when you're a part of something so exciting. And I think everybody stepped in with a lot of positivity and excitement.
And my second question, if I can. When
Yeah.
you were in The Mummy,
Yeah.
did you think you were going to continue that role again?
Yeah, we all thought. Yeah. Yeah, we
So
were
Tom was
hoping.
like, you're going to come back?
I don't know, like, we all, work our hardest in the moment, and there are always hopes, there aren't, I don't think
That was a
anybody,
really good bit.
people go and make movies and they expect, they hope that we would make more, of them, that it could be a prequel or a sequel or something, a continuation. It takes so long to put a movie together and to get it, and it only comes from a place of people truly believing in their project and caring and being excited, and that comes also with a lot of, hopes. So when you make a project and you think, yeah, we might make more, and maybe we don't, but we are all very usually enthusiastic about what can happen. And we never know, because at the end of the day, it's the audience. It's like there are so many factors that come into the question that that makes it a project that keeps going or not. And this is out of my power. But we are all very excited. We were very excited at the time, and we were really happy with what we did, and we generally had a great experience also.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Hello, friend. Name and question.
Hey, Sophia, I'm Sellers from the Infamous Ghost podcast.
Hi.
My question is, so Corey was a physically demanding role. What was the most difficult stunt you had to perform, and what was it like filming that scene with Gunner?
Oh, that scene with Gunner was, it took my soul out, because I had to do it over and over, and I was just crying at the end. So it was hard, but also it was towards the end, so it was really reminiscent of, in a way, saying goodbye to that project, and saying goodbye to Gunnar. I call him Gugu. And what was the other question?
What was the most difficult stunt you had?
Oh, I think I posted about it. We called it the dolphin. It was a stunt. I think my stunt double was going to do it, and we had a bit of time, and I told him, I want to learn it, so I learned it. I was just nervous about it, because I had to go through bars, fish myself. Yeah. And yeah, so I did it, so my stunt double didn't have to do it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hello, my friends. Name and question, please.
Hi, my name is Cindy, and
Hi.
I'm just curious to know, what is your future projects? What are you working on next?
I just wrapped a movie with an amazing director called Peter Greenaway. He is an amazing filmmaker, and he did a great film that I loved for a very long time that is called The Cook, the Thief, His Wife and Her Lover. It's an independent movie, and the movie is called Luca Mortis, and I'm really excited.
That sounds
Yeah.
exciting. Can't wait.
Me too.
Thank you so much. Hello there. What's your name? Right up to the mic. What's your name and question?
My name is John, and I have another Star Trek question.
Yeah.
How was it working with Simon Pegg?
Simon. He's the best. We love Simon. He's the funniest, and Simon was like Anton and I's uncle. He was looking after us because we were being mischievous and silly, and he was just looking out for us and making sure we were okay at all times. But I love Simon. I love him forever. I miss him. I haven't seen him in a while, but if I saw him, it's like no time has passed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Simon's wonderful. I've interviewed him a couple of times in the last sort of 5 or 6 years, and he's such a down-to-earth person. Very oh, where are you from? Like, oh, you know that person. Really lovely. Like a really lovely guy, which is it sort of puts you at ease. I imagine it must put you at ease on set when somebody's like that straight away.
Yeah.
But was there ever somebody that you worked with on set where you were like, not sure, and then you end up being like best friends and you kind of crack it?
I don't know, I don't know what it is, but I feel like I've been pretty lucky. I haven't had a bad experience, and I feel like usually you meet people on set and artists that, it's a hard job, and when you're on set, you're usually, grateful to people. And I've been lucky enough to be able to tell myself that I've worked with people that were generous and very giving and welcoming and kind.
And in terms, you mentioned an indie project. Do you quite like doing the indie films? Not more so than the big studio films, but what's the difference for you in terms of big studio project, indie film, for you as a storyteller?
Yeah, big projects are big projects. The pace is different, they take longer to shoot, and the scale is the magnitude of it is different. And then you go on an indie and it's more refined, and maybe there's like the subtlety is more there. I personally, as an audience, I like indie films. I like smaller film better, and I think I got lucky, and I'm grateful for the big films that I've done. It's just that I was fortunate to have my dance background that was able to lead me through all these physical roles. And I have fun doing them also. But I kind of like the balance of both. I don't want to have to choose.
Yeah, it's nice to, especially as a creative person, you want to sort of mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But what about dancing? Do you I assume you still dance in your spare time when you can?
Yeah. No, I don't take classes anymore. Just sometimes I go to a dance studio with a friend and we just shoot the shit and dance. And sometimes I dance by myself. It's always, a form of expression that is dear to my heart, or if I go out with friends. And everybody should dance. You all should dance. Your assignment tonight, you put some music on and dance.
Please, all dance. Please dance. I've got terrible knees, so I should not be doing that. I know I should.
You should be mindful of your knees, but you should still.
Yes, you should. Everybody said to me, Sophia, when you hit 40, that's it, it's all over. And I was like,
What? Who says that? Well, you might as well put
I
back
love
on
your
your head
friend.
too. Like, no.
but
No,
to-
life starts at 40. What are you talking about?
It's true. I moved to LA when I was 40, so like it was a new chapter. The knees are crumbling, but everything else is okay. You can't see the knees. There's just nothing under here. I'm just basically dead from the knees down.
Just do collagen.
Yes.
Do collagen. No, it's true. It'll help you. It'll help you join. I do collagen all the time.
Before we go, I had another Chicago-based question, and I'm going to wrap the panel. I really love this motto. Chicago's motto is Herbs in Horto, which means
What? Sorry?
Herbs in Horto, which
What does it
means city in a garden.
Okay.
Herbs in Horto. If you had a personal motto, what would your personal motto be?
Rise and shine.
I need that, quite frankly. I need that. Sophia, you're wonderful. Are you here just for the rest of the day?
Yeah. And tomorrow.
Great.
And then I leave tomorrow at 4 p.m. I think.
And
Who do you think if we go for Where's Waldo? Who would win? Me or you? Which one? I think it's her. No, wait, it's her. No, it's more you.
so if you are walking along the autograph lane, you could. I want to see people pointing. Yeah, I can see you as well. Amazing. Okay, Sophia.
By the way, do you know how they call Where's Waldo in France?
Wow.
We say Where's Charlie, which is weird. I'm like, why did they have to change? Why did they have to change the name?
In the UK,
And it goes, Where's Charlie? It's so bizarre. And when I came to America and they said, Where's Waldo? I was like, what are you talking about? It's Charlie. No.
in the UK we say where's Wally?
Oh,
Like,
okay, so his name's different everywhere. Got it.
Right, but you say Charlie.
What is it in Spain? What is it in
It's
Italy?
Kevin?
There's no Kevin in Spain.
I'd like to see
Is
that
that more like Enrique or something like that?
Where's Enrique? I want to see a Where's Kevin, where he's just wearing like.
Kevin is for sure American, but now it's Waldo in America.
Yeah, Waldo. I want to see Where's Kevin just wearing cargo pants. Just in
Also,
his
but Waldo
pictures.
is not very American, is it?
Is it? Is the Waldo American?
Have you guys ever met someone called Waldo?
Okay. It's a lie. You came to America, it's a lie. Everything's a lie, America. But you could.
Actually, where is Waldo?
Yeah, where is Waldo? Well, they're right there. And possibly here as well. Possibly.
I'm the doppelganger.
If you didn't get to ask Sophia a question or you were too shy, it's okay to ask you at your table?
At my table?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Great, okay.
To answer the Spain, it's Where's Wally?
Oh, Wally.
Oh, it's like the UK.
Okay,
¿Dónde
just
está
let's change it slightly so it's even more confusing.
¿Dónde está Wally?
What else? What about Italy? What about
Yeah.
Romania?
Germany, we Wo ist, and then, I don't know.
Ubaldo.
Huh?
Ubaldo for Italy.
Oh, Ubando.
Ubaldo.
Ubaldo.
Whoa.
Well, never mind, stop today. Okay, all right, I'm so sorry. We need to know the German version here.
Walter.
Walter. Who is Walter? Yes,
So I feel like there's consistently a W in all the names except in France. They always try to be different. Charlie.
Charlie. So it's just Charles? Is that just Charles?
Où est Charlie?
Louis Charlie, right. I took French in school for a moment. Like je joue le football. That's the way better, right? And that's the thing that they made us sing. Thank you very much, Sophia.
Thank
You're
you.
a wonderful
Thank you.
human. Thank you for
Aw.
being here as well.
Thank you, of course.
Everybody, please give a huge round of applause.